Yo, what up, y'all? I go by ZV Endor, and today we're going to be learning the basics of music theory to get you started as a producer and or a rapper. The term music theory may sound daunting to a lot of people, but trust me, you don't need that much to get started. You only need a few basics to get you going. Learning music theory is crucial if you want to learn how to tune your 808s, learn how to use auto-tune, or learn how to add melodies to your sounds. That being said, let's get started. All right, we're gonna be using a piano to learn the basics. You do not need to know how to play a piano to follow along. This is a basic keyboard with the note names laid out on them. You can play these same notes on anything that makes music. The piano is just an easy medium to learn from. These notes correspond to everything: guitar, trumpet, even vocals use these same notes. Everything in music uses these notes. So there are three things I call the super basics, things you really need to know before getting into this. First of all, the music alphabet starts with the letter C. It starts with the letter C. It goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, then back to C. I don't know why they made it this way. You gotta ask some music theorists. Second, these black keys up here have two different names, but both of those names correspond to the same note, meaning C sharp and D flat are the same exact note. So if somebody comes up to you and says, play me a C sharp, and then another person comes up to you and says, play me a D flat, they're talking about the same exact note. So C sharp, D flat are the same, D sharp, E flat are the same, so on and so forth. Third thing in the super basics that you need to know for music theory is that all of these notes hold the same weight. What I mean by that is each of these white keys and each of these black keys have the same value. Meaning how I read this keyboard in the beginning, C, D, E, F, G, is actually incorrect. You would read this as C, then go up to C sharp or D flat, D, then D sharp or E flat, E, F, so on and so forth. You don't read it straight out, C, D, E, F. You have to touch the black keys while you are reading. All of these notes hold the same exact weight. Now the real question is, what order do you play these notes in to make said music? That's what we're gonna learn today. And to help us with that, we're gonna look at this second chart. This scale chart. Now this chart is a music maker's best friend. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. This chart was made by a guy named Nathan Fleet. Go show him some love. But we're going to be looking at this today. His chart is by far my favorite and I've used it for years. So if you play these notes in a row, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, your song will sound good. You will be making a song. If you play these notes in a row, G through F sharp, your song will sound good. If you play these notes, so on, so forth. If you play any notes in a row, your song will sound good. Each of these rows are a song key, starting with the first column as their name. For those of you that don't know, the ones that go down are columns, the ones that go left to right are rows. So like I said, this first column is basically the leader of all of these other notes to come after them, except for minor keys, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's take a look at this first row, and let's take a look at that first column. Its leader, C major. So C major is the key of all of these notes. So if someone tells you, hey, play me a song in C major, you are going to play all of these notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Don't worry about these up top for now. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. Major, minor, minor. We'll talk about those in a bit. So if someone tells you, hey, play me F major, you're going to play all of these notes: F, G, A, B flat. Remember, that's a black key. C, D, E. So let's look at the scale of C major along with the piano. So look at these notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That corresponds to all the white keys: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So in fact, C major is the easiest scale you can play because all of the keys are just white keys. You don't have to worry about sharps, flats. If you want to start making songs right now as an absolute beginner, all you have to do is hit all the white keys. And you're playing in the key of C major. Let's play those notes now. Now, if we wanted to play another key, we'd have to worry about sharps and flats. C major and A minor, but we'll worry about that in a little bit, are the only keys that are all white. Everything else on this chart, G, D, A, E, so on and so forth, have either a sharp or a flat in them. So let's say we were to play A major. If we wanted to play A major, we'd have to play A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Let's play that now. So we'd be playing A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. And that's all you really need to know about the major keys. Now, if we wanted to play minor keys, it'd be the exact same thing, but we just have to look at another section of the chart to know which keys are minor. So like we said earlier, all of these notes on this first column tell us what major key we're in. Now, all the notes on the sixth column tell us what notes we're in for the minor scale, okay? So if I were to ask you to play a song in A minor, you would go to this sixth column right here and look for the A, right up here, A minor, right? Now some of you may be asking, hey, why do A minor and C major play the same notes? All of the notes on this column and all of the notes on this column have relative minors and relative majors of each other. That means G major, and going to the sixth row, E minor play the same exact notes. They share the same exact notes. B major, G sharp minor play the same exact notes. To tell the difference between minor and major, you'd have to listen to the keys being played. If one sounds sad, that's minor. If one sounds happy, that's major. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell, but you'll get the hang of it in due time. So again, if I were to tell you to play A minor, all you do is play all of these white keys down here. So this is A minor. And actually this time we'll start with A. So this is A minor. A minor. Same keys as C major. They play the exact same keys, all of the white keys. Going back to major and minor, the best way I can describe it for you is by sound. So let's take a listen to C major. And these are chords. Do not worry about chords for now, just worry about the notes. But I'm just playing this for you so we can see the differences between major and minor, for those of you that are curious. So playing C, E, and G together makes C major, a happier sounding chord. Now, if we were to listen to A minor, it's a sadder sounding chord. Best way you can describe it. Let's not get too far into chords since this is a beginner video. All right, that's gonna do it for part 1 of this 2-part beginner music theory guide. Part 2 should be up in the cards, so go ahead and click that if you wanna learn how to practically use these skills that you just learned. Furthermore, if you learned anything, hit that like button. It is a huge help. And hit that subscribe button if you are a beginner and you wanna learn more about how to make music. Till next time, this is ZV Endor. Peace out.